If you've been injured, the insurance company that you hear from is not there to help you.
Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Yesterday, the trial for the murder of Roy Jaggers continued with the accused, Brad Mehn, taking to the witness stand. Brad opened up talking about how he was abused and molested by his stepfather, who was convicted of the crime, then began recalling the night the murder occurred, when Heather Pate, one of the two who pleaded guilty in this case, called him.
She proceeded to tell me that she had caught somebody molesting her children. And I was like, okay, so call the cops. That's what they're there for.
Heather allegedly stated they were beyond that point, and the only way Roy was leaving this apartment was in a bag. Brad stated he didn't want to go because he was getting ready for bed, but eventually conceded and met up at the firing range. Brad stated he believed Heather came alone, but was upset to see Kevin Dent, the other of the two who pleaded guilty in this case, and Roy Jaggers, the victim. Brad then continued saying Dent allegedly brought out tools from Mehn's truck, as Mehn and Pate argued. He stated Dent was the one torturing Jaggers and allegedly tried to intervene, but couldn't stop it. Afterwards, Brad said he allegedly went back to his house and left them, but met back up after Heather and Dent agreed to let Roy go. After meeting up with them at Cathedral Canyon, he stated he was allegedly intimidated by Dent to help them and that Heather had his shotgun. He claimed that Heather allegedly shot twice and then took 2 more shots, one of which allegedly got Roy. They then allegedly went down and shot Roy's body one last time. Later on, the cross-examination began by District Attorney Patrick Ferguson. Ferguson asked if Mehn objected to Kevin using his tools. Brad stated the first time he didn't. The second he allegedly did, and then threatened to call the police. Brad allegedly conceded and tried to talk the situation down.
Did you threaten to call the cops?
I at one time had threatened to call the cops, but I believe that was after I tried to pull Heather away from beating on Roy.
Did you draw your firearm in an attempt to save this person who's being held and beaten?
No, I did not.
But you had one on you.
Yes, I did. Kevin had repeatedly threatened to cut his throat out and shove a stick down his throat. I assumed that along those lines he was probably going to cash in on those threats.
Okay. Yeah, but you were not prepared to use deadly force to protect this man?
At that point, no.
Then Ferguson asked about how many times the gun was fired.
At that point.
Okay. But you testified that you saw him drop on shot number 3.
I saw him drop.
On shot number 3, correct? And that she then took 2 additional shots at his motionless form.
And then finally asked about Captain Berukowitz arresting him.
You told Captain Berukowitz you're the one who fired that gun, right?
I believe I said that to him.
You said it more than once, didn't you?
Probably.
You said to both of them, that body in Cathedral Canyon, I'm responsible for, right?
Partially. I'm responsible for it.
Okay.
Through inaction. But I didn't say it through inaction at the time.
But you deny now that you said, I killed the child molester instead of letting the cops handle it.
Never said that to them.
Stay tuned tomorrow for more on this trial.